as we speak, in the lead is Master Lock Comanche. They're doing about between 15 and 20 knots boat speed at the moment. Closely behind them, about 5 nautical miles behind them, is Law, Connect and Scallywag, almost line by line next to each other. Then 5 nautical miles back from that, we have Lucky. So already we've got lots of yachts there close to each other. And then behind that, we've got Palm Beach. They're about 20 nautical miles back from Master Lock Comanche. So what an exciting finish we have ahead of us. Cros, how's it shaping up? Talk to us about that.
Great. This is something really different. We're so used to blasting downwind and various other pieces, but this has been a full upwind race until that high came through off the Tassie coast. And then suddenly they find themselves with the breeze behind them, building nicely all afternoon, and they've been gunning down the coast, close to the coast, because that high has got very little wind offshore. It's getting to the point now where I think the Master Lock Comanche is probably less than an hour from Tasman Light, and we'll be rounding that, and the others will be following. This breeze has suited Master Lock Comanche, and she's pulled out a bit more of a lead. But the big question now is going to be what happens to the wind and sea state. Sea state's probably okay, but the wind in Storm Bay, from about 4 o'clock this afternoon, the breeze is just gradually lightening off all through the afternoon and into the evening. But what it does is it's sort of swinging around and following them. So they're actually getting breeze from behind. At the moment, we're seeing probably prediction of maybe 5 knots in the 5-6 knots in the river. That would be enough to get them up the river, especially if it's behind. But the one thing you can safely say is with the best predictions, the river is very mercurial, as we all know. And there can be times when it can be a bit of breeze on one side of the river and none on the other side of the river. So I think it's still all to play for the first 4 probably. I think Palm Beach 11's got a bit of a way to go, but you know, she's pretty good, and as soon as it gets light, she's serious competition. So it would be lovely to think we have a few boats in the river, and I think there's a very good chance of that.
Yeah, very, very exciting. So let's talk about the rest of the fleet. How are they tracking?
Yes, we shouldn't forget the rest of the fleet, who've done all the hard yards as well. I think we won't give a summary now because we're sort of going to focus on the line honours, but the one good thing is that while we had a whole load of retirements in the last night, that's come to a stop, which is great. So hopefully they're in more benign winds, gradually getting more downwind, and so hopefully they get a good run home. Yeah.
Fantastic. So if you haven't had a chance to check out, Cros had a really fantastic conversation with John Curnow from Sail World, talking all about predicting line honours. Do you want to talk a little bit about
Yep, I think you should just see it. Jono's great because he does the numbers on who's going to get there first and who and when they might arrive. That's probably the most problematic thing. It's very hard to know. If the Derwent plays one of its games, it could be quite a few hours later. My hunch is that I think they'll be in daylight. There you go. I'm going to put it all out there, which is very dangerous around the Derwent.
Fingers crossed. And I think we also wanted to shout out Predict Wind and thank them for their fantastic...
Predict Wind are great. I'm useless at physics. I don't think I passed my exams. I'm useless with numbers, but they're just such a good user interface for people like me to sort of understand where the breezes are building, where they're lighting, where they're falling away. And it's just a really great program, and we're very grateful for them because they've been very good to Bowcaddy Media when we were in England for the Admiral's Cup. Met the team and so on. So thanks very much indeed, Predict Wind. That's a great shout out for you guys.
Fantastic. So what's coming up next for the Bowcaddy team? Obviously, as the line honours are crossing that line, we're going to be out there covering the finish from multiple different angles. We're going to have Jakey out here on a rib, nice and close to the action.
Yes. Not live, but
not live, but we'll be putting up videos, I'm sure, shortly after. Cros will be live with Dale. They'll be slightly further away, but more stable.
We'll be following all the action and seeing all the flotilla.
You'll be a bit drier than the rest of us, and then I'll be out there capturing some footage for socials and putting some reels up. Then once the team and once all the yachts start arriving here at the dock, we'll sort of divide and conquer. Jake and I will be getting some interviews while Dale and Cros will be coming in out of being live, chatting to different skippers. So a lot to come tonight.
And Dale and I will do live from when they come into the berth and try and get interviews straight after that. And you guys are off chasing more interviews. So hopefully we get you plenty of coverage of this line honours finish. It looks really good.
So stay tuned. We've got lots coming for you in the coming hours.